Joining me now, Chuck Malkus, author of the new book, The Ultimate Ponzi. How is it that all these people get duped?
In many cases, it's due to affinity fraud. And this is when you are close to someone, perhaps at your church, your synagogue, or a neighborhood group, and you go in because you know someone who has been successful and who is making money. Many people in the nonprofit and charitable community who had never come in contact with Scott Rothstein thought, you know what, I'm going to meet this man, the myth, the legend, the white knight, to step on the back of a dozen charitable organizations, but then to leave them in the dust. This guy doesn't deserve to see the light of day.
Social media is your new best friend. You're fortunate now that the internet is your new best friend. You are able to connect with people who can make a difference with your programming. You don't want to end up on this website. I lost my job because of socialmedia.com. A Miami-Dade police officer stopped the car and the pickup trucks and the buses and said, there are criminal snipers up on the roof. You know, you don't want to be here. Well, the two police officers jump out, put on bulletproof vests that they got from the trunk, jumped in the car. My friend Phil Goldfarb says, hey, you have two of those for me and my friend Chuck? I go, no, sorry, we don't have any more bulletproof vests. You got a decision to make. You can turn around and go back to Fort Lauderdale, or we'll go west to Homestead High School. I stepped off the bus and I came face to face with a young mother. Her name was Yolanda. She was an African-American woman, and she had her two children. One was 2, the other one was 3. She said, do you have any teddy bears? I go, just hold on. I went back on the bus. I got 2 teddy bears. And she said, thank you. Thank you for giving us hope. This is not only about ethics, but hopefully this is about common sense. This year's Philanthropist of the Year is Scott Rothstein. Honestly, I almost fell out of my chair. Prior to Rothstein's fall, he claimed to put on the bench 3 judges. And he claimed that not only did he have the governor in his pocket, he also had in his pocket 3 judges. One of Rothstein's mistakes was that he stole money from both the Sicilian mafia and the Israeli mafia. I hope that your personal radar will go off like my personal radar went off when I saw the activities of Scott Rothstein. We thought this was going to be a 2-month, 3-month effort. Well, 22 years later, we are still providing help. And the lady behind the counter says to me, Mr. Malkus, hold on one second. I said, okay. And suddenly I look to my left. There's a half dozen FBI agents and Houston police officers. And Mr. Malkus, come over here. And I'm thinking to myself, I hope I haven't broken the law by bringing the Cubans to Houston. Fortunately for me, as a result of Broward Navy days, I had 6 months prior came down from Virginia on the USS Bataan, and I had achieved high security clearance. So that volunteer experience with Broward Navy days not only saved my hide, but also allowed me to rejoin the Cubans who had no money, who had no place to stay, and were stuck waiting for me.